All right, good afternoon and welcome to another video. This is probably gonna be a quick video. I think I'm going to make a video tomorrow as well. I'm just really short on time for this week. This has probably been my busiest week at LSU since I've started. So this is gonna be a brief episode, but we're gonna just kind of talk the main points of LSU Tennessee Saturday night. Saturday night. I wish it was Saturday night. Saturday morning, 11 a.m. game. Still sucks. Still sucks, but we're going to let it go. LSU Tiger Stadium sold out for this top 10 opponent that's coming in. So the main thing about Tennessee is their passing and their ability to move the ball downfield. That is the scariest thing about Tennessee, is their ability to make plays work. They're going to move the ball. They're going to pass the ball on you. That's what you should expect. You're going to have to go man, which is something a little newer to LSU because we've been playing zone most of the season so far. So moving into man, will we be able to cover their receivers? And if not, we'll be able to keep them to 5-6 yards, hopefully less, depending on the play. But Tennessee's defense is not it, right? You're not going to be able to run the ball against them, but if you get the ball out quick enough, you're going to be able to make big plays. You saw it with Florida. If you watched Florida-Tennessee a few weeks ago, you saw that Florida was able to move the ball, which they haven't done all season. And they did against Tennessee, right? It was 38-33. Tennessee escaped the loss to Florida. That game was at Tennessee too, so they had home field advantage, almost lost because Florida was able to move the ball against Tennessee. And if you haven't been keeping up with Florida, they don't have any receivers. They don't have any receivers. And I'm not going to get to where the receivers come from or who the receivers are, but all you need to know is their receivers suck. They don't have good receivers. And I think Florida had 350 passing yards, something crazy like that. They were able to move the ball. So Jayden Daniels this week had a players meeting. Everyone's kind of blown it out of proportion. It's really not big of a deal. I think Jayden Daniels just wants to show leadership and determination. He wants to show and tell his receivers that, hey, look, I'm looking out for you this week, and we're going to make it happen. We're going to move the ball. This whole season really has been about Jayden Daniels trusting his receivers. As far as passing goes around this season, has been about, okay, Jayden Daniels is just not trusting his receivers. He's not getting the ball out. He's running when he doesn't need to sometimes. Yes, he's picking up yards. I talked about this on Monday, and I kind of was annoyed and kind of went on a little rant about it. But yes, Jayden Daniels is picking up yards sometimes when he's scrambling instead of throwing. But he isn't all the time, and it's getting less and less, especially against big SEC opponents. And Tennessee's going to be sending the dogs, so you're not going to be able to do that against Tennessee a lot. And you're probably going to have a QB spy most of the time to keep Jayden Daniels in check. So Jayden Daniels just needs to get the freaking ball out. He has Malik Neighbors. He has Kayshon Boutte. He has Jack Bess. He just needs to get the ball out. Those guys make people miss. They run after catch. They're good receivers that you need to have trust on. And hey, if it's one-on-one, and say you got Malik Neighbors out there, throw it up to him. You threw it up to him on 4th and 3 against Mississippi State when you really didn't need to. That was scary, but you did, and you came up and you caught the ball because most of the time, especially with LSU's receivers, their receivers are better than the cornerbacks or their safeties that they're playing up against. So Jaden Daniels just needs to have trust. That's been the big word this week. If you want to have a word of the week, it was trust. Brian Kelly said in his press conference this week, Jaden Daniels said yesterday when he was talking about the players meeting, or was that yesterday or Tuesday? I can't remember. My days are mixed up. I've had a busy freaking week. But when he discussed the players meeting, he said trust throughout, and that it's important. Joe Burrow in 2019, look how much trust that dude had. I mean, not to take any credit away from Joe Burrow, he's a fantastic quarterback, but you have pretty much 2 NFL receivers that were playing college football that Joe Burrow would just throw the freaking ball up to and just, let's just hope my receiver catches it. And they did, because they were better than any quarterback, corner, or safety in college football. You literally had NFL receivers playing college football. As much as I hate to see the Saints lose this Sunday, Justin Jefferson just freaking killed Marshawn Lattimore. We're talking about the best cornerback in the league, and he just got joked on by Justin Jefferson. And it's just fun to watch. I mean, Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson are just ridiculous. I mean, same goes with Jamar Chase. I mean, when he's up against Jalen Ramsey, he just makes Jalen Ramsey look like a joke. They're so freaking good. They're probably the best receivers in the NFL right now. You got Stephon Diggs. You got Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. I mean, besides that, yeah, maybe Cooper Kupp. But Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson are the best receivers in the NFL right now. And they've only been in the NFL for a few years. So my point is, Joe Burrow had trust in them. Butte, Besh, Neighbors, all of them, Brian Thomas Jr., all of them are going to go to the NFL and be great NFL receivers. So you have to have confidence if you're Jaden Daniels that, hey, let's throw the ball to Brian Thomas Jr. and let him pick up 10 yards, 15 yards after the catch. Excuse me. But yeah, so that's probably been the main point. You're going to have to pass against Tennessee. You're going to have to outscore them because they will outscore you if you don't. This is not Auburn versus LSU, right? With Auburn, you came back from 17 points. And you can do that against Auburn. I even said it on Twitter that LSU is going to win this game no matter what. LSU is the better team and the more talented team. They were just not making the right decisions, and they weren't being smart. They came back and won because they had determination, and they became more disciplined. And this is almost like a recurring pattern for LSU to almost have to get used to the team they're playing, and then in the second half, they go, okay, we know what their game plan is. We know what ours needs to be, and then they come back and win most of the time. Not against Florida State. They just ran out of time, try to come back too late in that game, but that's over. But with Tennessee, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. If Tennessee's up 17-0 in the first half, going into the second quarter, whatever, you're going to lose that football game because they're going to outscore you. They're going to keep on scoring. They're a fast-paced defense. Fast-paced offense. They're going to they're going to push the ball downfield. They have talented receivers, fast, quick receivers. You're not going to be able to stop it. Now, I think LSU will have more success as far as stopping Tennessee's offense, probably better than any college football team in. Let me rephrase that. LSU will probably have more success in stopping Tennessee's offense more than any other college football team would. I think that's how I should phrase it. Besides, Alabama or Georgia, maybe. Even Alabama and teams like Georgia are going to struggle to stop Tennessee's offense. But I think LSU's defense is so electric right now that if they get going and they realize the game plan and if they're on it fast, they can stop this fast-paced offense and make big plays. Because with Tennessee going fast and moving the ball, they're going to make mistakes, and they're not going to be able to rotate players in. They're not going to be able to really differentiate their plays. Say they go 5 wide and they go fast, they're going to have to go. They can't really change formation, is what I'm saying. So, yes, you're moving fast, and you're not allowing the defense to rotate their players in, but your defense most of the time they're going to be able to predict and know where the ball's going. So I think LSU's defense is good enough to stop that. I think you're going to have a couple turnovers for LSU. I think LSU's going to make big plays. Tennessee's first drive against Florida, they had a turnover. Was it a fumble? I think it was a fumble or something like that. And Florida got the ball back. And speaking of turnovers, so if I'm correct, LSU has not capitalized on one besides Southern or maybe New Mexico. I can't even remember. But that doesn't even count. Every single turnover, as far as Florida State, well, you had that fumble later. Like, you get my point. Most turnovers that LSU has gotten, they haven't capitalized on. Let me try to think. I'm trying to think of an example. I thought of something before, but I just can't remember. I'm gonna go back to that. But the main point is, if LSU's going to have success, if they get an interception or if they get a fumble on defense, they're going to have to capitalize and they're going to have to score a touchdown or kick a field goal. Keep getting points on the board if you're going to stop Tennessee's offense. Because you can't get the ball and not score if you get a turnover. You have to do something with the ball. You can't just keep on letting your defense go out there, and it gives when you get a turnover, it gives your defense a break. Let's the offense drive downfield, waste some clock if you're up. But yeah, you need those big turnovers, and let's just hope LSU gets better with getting the ball back on a turnover and actually scoring. Because they've done it a couple times, yes. I can't really think of examples right now. My brain is so freaking clouded. I can't think. But the LSU hasn't been the best as far as, okay, we got a turnover. Let's go down the field and score. They haven't done that a lot. So let's just hope they can do that this weekend. It's one of the big points I've been thinking about. When I've been thinking about this week, I've been thinking about, okay, we can get the ball. Can we score after we get the ball back? Tennessee's offense is obviously electric. You have to give them some false hope and and capitalize, right? Uh, let's just hope we can put their offense on some brakes, stop it, throw it off. A lot of the time, if you throw off an offense, especially when a team's not expecting it, you can throw them off their whole game, and that's how you win the football game. So let's hope LSU can do that. Let's hope Jane Daniels says, okay, I'm going to throw for 300, 400 yards this game. I don't know if he can throw for 400 yards. I hope to God he can. But that's what you're going to need to do because you're not going to be able to run the ball that much. It's not that Tennessee's run defense is just so good. It's just that they're bringing so many players that you're not going to be able to run the ball effectively. So what does this mean for LSU if they win? Well, it's a top 10 win. You're playing Tennessee, number 8 in the country. If you win, it shows, okay, maybe LSU can contend, get a good bowl game this year, and next year, let's see what the hell they can pull off, right? In no way, no how do I think LSU's going to go to the college football playoffs this year. They're just not disciplined enough yet. They're still making too many mistakes, too many penalties. I was thinking about this the other day. This LSU and Saints team are so much alike. They're more alike than any other Saints LSU team I've seen. And maybe that's just my opinion. Maybe I'm stupid. But they're very much alike as far as not being able to get started early in the first half. Good defense, no offense. They're very much alike. And I was thinking about that the other day after the Saints lost to the Vikings. I'm like, these teams are just so much alike. They try to get it start late in the second half and just. But stray away from that. If LSU beats a team like Tennessee, yes, Tennessee really has no defense, but they have an electric offense. The best offense probably in college football. I mean, the numbers say it all. Not a good defense, very good offense. If LSU can put the brakes on the offense, we're looking at a win for LSU. I said this on Twitter more as a joke because in my video Monday, I talked about how I really don't see LSU winning this game, but I saw something on Twitter and it said LSU will lose by double digits. It was something like that. I can't remember I can't quote the whole tweet, but jokingly I said, what did I say? I said something about you got to be kidding me or something. Tigers by 7, which I don't really think. I'm trying to be more optimistic as the week goes on, and I may even give a little prediction. I've said it before. I hate predictions. They never come right, but I may even give my little prediction tomorrow with my pre-game day, day before game day video. But we'll see. So I'm as annoying as the 11 a.m. game is. I'm so freaking excited. I've been this excited for an LSU game in a while. We've had a 2-year drought of where it's been like, okay, we're probably gonna lose this game, and that's just how it is for this year. But this is a new year. It's 2022. LSU beats Tennessee. We're looking at a pretty bright season ahead. We're going to lose to Alabama. I just don't. Alabama's such a good, disciplined team, and I just don't see us winning that game. You know, maybe we could pull up a miracle, but I just don't see us winning that game. If you can beat Tennessee, you can beat the rest of your schedule besides Bama. You can beat Ole Miss. You can beat Florida. You can beat Texas A&M. Whoever else along the line. But you can get a good bowl game, and you can come back next year and possibly be a contender for the national championship. So after Tennessee, LSU's at Florida. Ole Miss is here. Alabama's here. LSU's at Arkansas. We got the UAB game after Arkansas, which is an easy game, and then LSU goes to Texas A&M. I don't think Texas A&M is as good as Tennessee, really at all. Texas A&M a little better defense, but offense is nowhere near. I think the Texas A&M Alabama should be the 11 a.m. game, and I think LSU Tennessee should be the 6 p.m. game. I think it's stupid, especially seeing Texas A&M now after they got dominated by Mississippi State. That game's not going to be close. It really isn't. I think Auburn and Georgia is going to be the better game. And I may be wrong, and I may be stupid for saying that. Maybe Georgia fixes the mistakes that they made, and they clean all that up, and they dominate Auburn. But we'll see. But I think Auburn and Georgia would be closer, even if Georgia still dominates. I think that would be a better 6 p.m. game. But in all, I think LSU should be the 6 p.m. game. I just don't understand that decision, especially if it's a really good game. But we'll see. I'm very optimistic. I'm hopeful. Obviously, I'm always going to cheer on my Tigers, even if I think they might lose. This is a very possible win. This is not a win where you're like, okay, we have to do all these things to win. These circumstances have to align. The stars have to align. No, it's a very possible win for LSU. It's not like LSU playing Alabama, where you have, okay, this has to happen if you want to even get close to winning against Alabama. That's far out still, but this is a very possible win. Besides Alabama, all these games, Florida, Ole Miss, Arkansas, Texas A&M are going to be toss-up games, 50-50s, whether LSU wins or not. We'll see how LSU does. If they can get a passing game going, perfect, beautiful. If you get your passing game going now against Tennessee, you can get it going against Ole Miss, against Florida, and possibly show an effective offense. Because if your offense can be effective against SEC teams, you have a really talented defense, you could win a lot of games. So we'll see. This is a really good game as far as LSU to get their passing game going against a bad secondary like Tennessee. We'll see, though. I need to finish some work, so I'm going to cut this video a little shorter today. This video is going to be around 25 minutes. My video tomorrow will probably be around 25 minutes, maybe shorter, depending on what else. I don't think I've really missed anything. I kind of summarized everything that I wanted to. Again, sold out. 11 a.m. game. It's gonna be a fun one, especially if you win after. You got time to celebrate. We'll see, though. I'm really excited. I can't wait to go. I've never seen an LSU Tennessee game before in person. So this is an exciting one. LSU's 8-0, I think, since 2000 in 11 a.m. games. So we'll see if they can keep that streak alive. Usually 11 a.m. games aren't, top 10 opponents like Tennessee, but we'll see. We'll see. we'll see about Tennessee this Saturday. So I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching, and go Tigers.